What's up? I'm Jesse.
And I'm Josh.
And today we're going over wall ball proficiency. The first thing that I want to go over is where we want to hold the ball. So if you imagine with these two fingers, you're framing the target for where you want to go. So if I'm going to 9 foot, I'm going to frame here, that'll direct to 9 foot. If I'm going to 10 foot, I got to be a little more underneath. And with that, and then I want to grab the ball here. And what that does is that allows the energy from our hips to our torso to better translate directly into the ball, versus if my hands are more like this, then there's going to be a little bit of like a shock absorber. So I'm going to drive out, there's going to be this little shock, and then I press, and I'm going to lose that energy that if I'm more underneath the ball, framing my target, now I direct that energy straight up into the ball. So first thing you want to do is frame that energy, frame that target, and then you want to hold the ball with that frame versus holding it on the side of the ball. So that's step number one. Once you're good at having a good position to hold the ball and having good depth, creating torque the whole time so you're not wasting energy, there's some other tips that Josh will go over to help you be more proficient.
All right, cool. I got two things. One, we're going to start with talking about the squat. So in a wall ball, the only time I'm working when I'm doing a wall ball is when I'm squatting and pressing out of the squat, right? So the rest of the time while that ball's up there, I'm resting. I don't have to do anything. So if I can get out of my squat faster, then I rest longer compared to how long I work. So if my squat takes a long time and I go, now my rest to work ratio is about 1 to 1. But if I squat fast and let that ball come and do fast squats, now my rest to work ratio is like 2 to 1, 3 to 1, right? So now I'm getting a little more rest for every wall ball just by squatting faster. And 2 is what we do with our arms after we throw the wall balls. So 1 is after I throw my wall ball, I like to keep my arms up and pointing towards the ball, so that way when it comes back down, I can just catch the ball and ride it back down into a squat, right? So that helps me to keep a rhythm in the wall balls. The other one is, if you don't want to use your energy to keep your arms up, you can throw your wall ball and just bring your arms back down and wait for that ball to come. That way you don't have to hold your arms up and kind of like burn out your shoulders holding your arms up, right? So those are 2 different ways you can go through the wall ball.
The last part about the wall ball is there's more of an upright torso wall ball, right? Or there's more of a hips back wall ball. And if you're gonna be doing high volume sets, play around with it and see which one works better for you. You might go hips back more wall ball and use more posterior chain, or more upright wall ball and use more anterior chain. Might depend on the workout, or it might just depend on what's better for you. Last tip, you might want to wear ollie shoes for wall ball so that you can use more muscle throughout the whole movement.
Cool, and those are some wall ball tips so you can become better at wall balls and we can become better movers for life.
And open ready.